Did Stephen Sondheim and Jerry Herman have beef? And what exactly did Jerry mean in that Tony Award speech? I'm Will from The Theater Lovers. I'm a theater content creator and historian. This is Dot, and this is The Theater Lore. In 1984, Jerry Herman won the Tony Award for Best Original Score for La Cage aux Folles. The first words out of his mouth were, "This award forever shatters a myth about the musical theater. There's been a rumor around for a couple of years that the simple, hummable show tune was no longer welcome on Broadway. Well, it's alive and well at the Palace. And a lot of people took that as a direct jab at Stephen Sondheim, including Sondheim, who was there in the room. In the 1970s, Sondheim pushed musical theater to new places. His music was complex and was commonly described as not hummable enough, especially when compared with Jerry Herman melodies.
There's not a tune you can hum. There's not a tune you go bum 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 de dum.
The thing is that Jerry Herman used to be the king. He's one of very few authors to have 3 musicals running on Broadway at the same time with Hello Dolly, Mame, and Dear World, and he's the only one to write music and lyrics single-handedly. But by 1984, he hadn't had a big hit on Broadway since the 1960s. La Cage was a big comeback for Jerry. But 1984 was also a big comeback for Sondheim. He just had a major flop with Merrily We Roll Along. Merrily was so poorly received that Sondheim seriously considered leaving the industry to go write mystery novels instead, which he'd have also been great at. The Last of Sheila is a killer murder mystery. But now Sunday in the Park with George is Sondheim working with a whole new team. Brand new collaborator, new orchestrator for the first time in over a decade. The process of creating off-Broadway was new for him. He'd never even done a workshop. Everything he'd done up to that point was pretty much straight to Broadway from an out-of-town tryout. And Sunday was intentionally experimental. The score was challenging and esoteric. It was a big risk. It's also worth noting that Sondheim and Herman had had competing shows twice before. 1964 had Hello Dolly and Anyone Can Whistle. Naturally, Dolly won. 1979 had Sweeney Todd and The Grand Tour, and The Grand Tour's only nomination was for Best Score, which Sweeney rightly won. Now it's 1984, and Sunday and La Cage are facing off 20 years after the first Sondheim-Jerry Herman face-off. By 1984, Sondheim shows had won Best Musical 4 times, with Forum, Company, Night Music, and Sweeney. Jerry Herman had won Best Musical just once with Dolly, and by the end of the night, La Cage would be his second Best Musical win. Now, I don't think that the two really had beef, aside from just hoping that more people get to see your show, which is natural. In his 1996 autobiography, Show Tune, Herman denied any ill will towards Sondheim, while also defending the validity to both approaches to musicals. Both these authors are amazing, and we're so lucky that their work lives on. But we've got to move on from pitting authors against each other, because the best of times are truly when you're in a theater with a musical. You are so sleepy and heavy. You're like, you slept through that whole thing.